In those days, the post office had a law saying that the publishers couldn't call a comic magazine a magazine unless it had at least 2 pages of just words without panels. And nobody cared who wrote them because nobody read those pages. The people who bought the books just wanted the comic strips. So when I came to work for, it was called Timely Comics at the time, the first assignment I was given was to write one of those 2-page text pieces. And I wrote something called The Traitor's Revenge, and it was published in Captain America #3 with my name on it. And oh, I was so proud. I ran home, showed it to all my friends, who never read it probably, but there I was in a comic book with my name on it. I'll never forget that day. In those days, when I was a kid, I loved going to the movies. And there was one movie I had seen. I remember nothing about it except the name. Those 3 words just stuck in my memory. Chew, Chin, Chow. So when I was looking for the name of a monster, I remembered Chew, Chin, Chow. And that particular meter, that beat, somehow led to Fin, Fang, Foom. Chew, Chin, Chow, Fin, Fang, Foom. And that's how Fin, Fang, Foom was born. Martin said to me, Stan, I'd like you to do a team of heroes. Make up a new team. Because he had heard that our competitors over at DC Comics, he had heard they had a new book called The Justice League, and it was selling well. Now, this was before Spider-Man, the Hulk, the X-Men, and all of them. This was our first real superhero book in the Marvel style. I didn't want to do it because I wanted to quit. And my wife said to me, she said, you know, Stan, why don't you do this book and just get it out of your system? You'll finally do a book the way you want to do. If Martin doesn't like it, so what? The worst he can do is fire you, and you want to quit anyway. So I thought Joni had given me some good advice. And I wrote this Fantastic Four the way I wanted to do it, not the way we had been doing books before. Let's see, we had to have 4 members of the group, I remember. One of them had to be a girl. But again, I didn't want her to be somebody who didn't know that the hero was really a superhero and who had to be rescued all the time. We had to have the obligatory teenager, but I made him a regular guy, not just a sidekick. I made him a guy who didn't really want to be a superhero. He wanted to go out with girls and drive his Chevy Corvette and have fun. The leader, who had to be the smartest, bravest guy in the world, I made him a little bit dull. He used too many big words when he spoke, and he pontificated a lot. And after a while, the 4th member of the group, who was my favorite, the Thing, who was sort of the strongest man in the world, but he was half monster, he was always yelling at the leader, Reed, and telling him, oh, shut up, you know. I treated them like a family. I had always felt if I had a superpower, which is not to say that I don't, but I wouldn't immediately put on a mask and a costume. Maybe I'm more conceited than most people, but I would want everybody to know I had a superpower. I'd be proud of it. Hey, look at me. Look what I can do. And also, I wouldn't go running around looking for bad guys to fight. I'd be thinking, gee, how can I make some money with this? Maybe I can get a guest shot on Jay Leno's show, or maybe I can join the circus, or I wonder what they pay me. So I wanted to get people who acted realistically.